We have a massive problem in this country when it comes to the political culture. Obviously, we've still got the two main parties, the Tory party and the Labour party. They are still dominating the main political spectrum, unfortunately. And you have the smaller parties who are trying to challenge establishments, but at the same time, they're not getting enough attention in the media, right? This issue is about net zero and the extreme net zero measures and targets. The Labour Party are all over the place. The Conservatives, they don't even know what they stand for. On the one hand, they keep coming and say, yeah, we want to go green. On the other hand, they say the exact opposite. The Labour Party, because of Starmer, can't make up their mind how far they're going to go. Now we have Angela Rayner, who went on TV this morning on Sky News, saying that she accidentally said, despite what Keir Starmer wants her to say, that ideally the Labour Party would like to have ULEZ schemes and the clean air zones and everything else across the country. She said it's inevitable, that it's going to happen anyway. So we need to basically find a way to manipulate the public so that they don't rise up against us, like what happened in Oxbridge and Ruislip. So I love how that's the priority for political parties these days and our political leaders. It's not about whether a policy is right or wrong. It's about we have to find a way to manipulate the public for them to think it's the right policy, even if it's the wrong policy. It's completely nonsensical. So firstly, you have Dale Vince, who is obviously Just Stop Oil's Dale Vince. It's part of Just Stop Oil and he gives a lot of money to them. And he's also a part of the Labour Party. He's a Labour donor. He's decided to double his donations to Just Stop Oil. And he is one of the reasons that the influence from Just Stop Oil is now getting through to the Labour Party. Keir Starmer is banning oil and gas in the North Sea. So that's exactly what Just Stop Oil want. At the same time, because of the by-elections that we had earlier this week on Thursday, everyone's kicking off. So we have Susan Hall, who's a Conservative mayoral candidate now officially, who is pretty solid. But the problem is she's still part of the Conservative Party. And the only thing they stand for is stopping the ULEZ expansion. Not the ULEZ, ULEZ expansion. Whereas Reform UK have Howard Cox, who wants to stop all of ULEZ and all these measures and all the road charging nonsensical ideas. And yesterday, as we reported, Howard Cox and a lot of the anti-ULEZ protesters were outside the BBC Broadcasting House protesting against the collusion between the BBC and the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. So that's happening. The Tories are saying we were against ULEZ expansion. That kind of helped them in Oxbridge and Ruislip, right? But it's not going to work long term, not medium term when it comes to the general election, because the voters of the country want to know exactly what the Tories mean by it. Because if you're going to go out there, if you're going to have members of the Conservative Party in Birmingham, for example, still not challenging the clean air zones in Birmingham, and just for outer London, because that's where the Tory voters are, come out and say, yes, we should stop the expansion, that's not consistent. And the Labour Party, Sadiq Khan, is basically going around saying, I'm not going to change my mind, right? And as far as we know until now. I have a feeling they're in some discussions today as I'm making this video. Later today, we're going to find out. I have a feeling Sadiq Khan might make a bit of a U-turn. A little bit of a U-turn on ULEZ, not fully. Because Keir Starmer is kicking off. Starmer is afraid of losing the country because of these measures. And we're sitting in the middle, basically waiting for the next election and waiting for more lies from all sides. Angela Rayner admitting that ideally Labour wants all these measures everywhere because it's inevitable, so we have to work with people. That's not good enough. And I think Keir Starmer needs to stop sending Angela Rayner on TV because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Anyway, we'll keep you guys posted on this issue as well as all the other problems that we have in the country. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.